What's going on, guys, and welcome to another Dark Souls video where I'll be taking on all the bosses. This time I'm taking on the next boss of the next level, Aldrich Devourer of Gods, as if that name wasn't ominous enough. Now I should just say this video is going to be different from my usual videos, because in my usual videos I record my voice live while I'm playing, but this video I didn't. This video I'm adding my voice afterwards. And the reason for that is because when I fought the boss, I was not wearing my headset. Because at the time, I was on babysitting duty. I was looking after my stepdaughter while my girlfriend was at college. And she was taking a short nap in the other room. So I thought it would have been very unfair for me to, you know, rage and scream and swear at the TV while she was trying to sleep. So I didn't do that. I suppose what I could have done is just pause the game and played it later, but I've become addicted to this game. Now, there you can see I'm level 68. Those are my stats right there. I've put a lot of work into it. 31 hours, 51 minutes, and 25 seconds. My God. Anyway, like I was saying, I've actually become very addicted to this game. And this particular boss, I actually really surprised myself, because I actually beat this boss sort of on my very first attempt. Sort of. Don't worry, I know that sounds confusing, but believe me, you will understand what it means by the end of this video. So I made my way all the way through this level. There was quite a bunch of difficult enemies in this level, but nothing I couldn't handle. Nothing really too strenuous. The boss, Aldrich Devourer of Gods, here he is. One of the first things I noticed pretty much as soon as starting the level was that this guy tends to prefer ranged attacks like this, and another thing I noticed is that he's a magic user. Now that made me happy, because the last magic user boss that I went up against was the Sage. I can't remember his full name. It's a Sage something, and I actually had a pretty easy time with him. So I was expecting similar things to this guy as well, being as how he's a magic user and my character is a very strength-based heavy hitter. I don't really use magic at all in this game, so I thought I was going to have an easy time. But let me tell you something, this guy hits hard, and as you could probably tell, once you hit him quite a few times, he will teleport to the opposite side of the arena, and he's got those fucking ranged attacks as well. So the best advice that I can give to anyone who's taking this boss on is get close to him. Get as close as you can, because yes, he does have a few melee attacks if you do get too close, but in my opinion, his ranged attacks are much more deadly. So basically what I tried to do is I would run in, get a few hits, and there, you see, there's his melee attacks. But again, I don't think they're anywhere near as dangerous as his ranged attacks. So, run in, get a few hits, and like I said, after you've dealt enough damage, he will teleport. This move right here, the arrows, as you can see, they spread across the arena, so it's definitely a good idea to basically run to the opposite end of the arena so they can't hit you. One thing that I do really like about this game is that all the bosses are very varied. You know, I haven't really fought any two bosses that felt the same. There you see, he's got into his second stage, he's a lot more powerful. But again, the same rules still apply. The only real difference is that now whenever he does an attack, he sort of leaves a trail of fire, which does make it a little bit harder to get close, but not impossible. Oh, and those arrows now follow you around the room as well, but again, it's nothing too bad. The main trick is to get as close to him as you can, because if you're too far away, he will just spam magic over and over again at you, so it's definitely best to be up close. Okay, we're coming up towards the end of the video here, and remember what I said at the beginning? Remember how I said that I sort of beat him on my first time? I suppose I technically did, but you'll understand why. again, this boss didn't give me any trouble at all. You know, yes, he did have a few annoying moves, but they wasn't too hard to learn, and I think that's the key to fighting bosses in this game. You have to learn their move patterns, you have to learn what they can do, and most importantly, what you can exploit, where you can go where they can't hit you, and when you can move in and deal the perfect damage. Okay, we're getting close. Now watch what happens here. Watch what happens. There, you see that? I cannot begin to tell you how much that fucking pissed me off. I mean, it was infuriating. I just killed him, and then his magic attacks just took me out before I even had a chance to do anything. But, yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. I technically did beat him on my first go. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. I'm a Dark Souls noob, I suppose you could say. I played the original game, Demon Souls. And I would say I got roughly halfway through that game. All the way back in 2008, I think it was. I think that's when it came out. And I just stopped playing it because I gotta be honest, I really didn't enjoy it. Or at least I didn't enjoy it at the time. So when the follow-up games came out, Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, I never bothered with them. I never even so much as looked into them because I thought to myself, well, if I didn't enjoy Demon Souls, then I'm not gonna like Dark Souls either. But one day I saw Dark Souls 3 on the PlayStation Store, at a discounted price, so I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go, I'll see what all the rage is about. And I'm actually very glad I did, because now I've become massively addicted, to the point where as soon as I finish this, I'm going to be getting Dark Souls 1 and 2. I'm also going to be getting the I don't know, sort of successor game, I suppose you could call it, Bloodborne. Bloodborne's supposed to be very similar to this. It's made by the exact same people. And I'm very much looking forward to that. And maybe one day I'll go back to Demon Souls. Because, who knows, maybe I was just too young to appreciate it for what it was. You know, maybe that game, Demon Souls, maybe it was just ahead of its time. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to end the video there. That was Aldrich Devourer of the Gods. I finished this level. I'm going to move on to the next one. And when I get to the next boss, I'm going to make sure I wear my headset this time. So I'm going to end the video here, and I'll see you next time, guys.